let's see if we make it into another series. Watch it not get in at all, just because again I'm the publisher. Okay. Oh wait, I made it in. Ah, God! I just want I just want it to work somewhat consistently, so I can have something to tell Vlad. So I can be like, hey, this is consistently not working because of this. It's just so random that you can't even be like, oh, hey, this would be, it's doing this consistently, so maybe look at this to fix. Like, I can't even suggest something to fix because it's just so random. Oh, no. Well, then, I'm still going to make a Smurf account. I'm still willing to try that out. But, God. I was actually hoping I didn't get in here just because then it would be like, oh, hey, now I found the problem. Well. Uh-oh. Let's not have DCs, please. Please. I made it in. But that would be that'd be kind of a tragedy, you know. Make it into the client just to have someone DC and then I never make it in again. All right, Movius taking his butchers on blue, very very standard. Cash on blue, however, I mean cash on red. Cash on blue is usually a pretty good bet. I mean, he could have forced this around a little bit too. We were just hoping to abuse the engines, but sadly these sewer raiders are bricked. Really doesn't want to.
Deals can be filed within 7 years.
Would have liked to have seen Saul too. Saul on this hand. Non-brick sewer raiders would have been great. Double tax collector and salamander lackey. So like you're gonna have quite the engine this round. So Saul would have been great to add to this too. Because if you don't win this round, Saul is just kind of like Yurden food.
Don't blame me. Blame bloody society.
Okay, so the leader charge takes it up instead of the tax collector there. Okay. No, she don't you dare say that she was onto something. CDPR would never punish mom jokes. I refuse. I would have to uninstall my game and never play again if that was the case. All right, really valuing this round control with this Yurden Movius here, going for AA into assault. Potentially means not really interested in bleeding because he's like, yep, I got Yurden. I'm not really interested in bleeding. I'll take you in the long round. It's fine. It is pretty safe to like take this round as well. You're gonna get a whole lot of points coming down once you hit that adrenaline 3. You got the Veiled Griffin Witcher as well, which I guess the answer kind of is this this Kalkstein, but it's not like the best.
We do our best angling on land.
So I mean, Salamander Lackey playing for 7 points so far. Not a bad card at 4P. Got a lot of ways to make. It's a little sad at kick in, but then again at 4P, only benefiting from like if it because it's just a cheap townsfolk, right? That's all that card is.
No, dwarves do not qualify for childcare tax relief.
And we have yet another tax collector coming down onto the board. Developing a little bit of carryover again as well. It's just being something to threaten. And now you start to look at this hand and it's like, what does Zharieskyo continue to play? Like you play like Brick Sewer Raiders and just hope to get more out of your opponent, I guess.
One cannot shut them out.
Okay, so we see Kalkstein come down for some more carryover. It's not, yeah, he's not super significant for later. Yep, you do want to get the boat out, so yeah. I can see the Kalkstein here, and then just like a pass. Getting Bodo, it's really
Don't ever
nice.
expect your opponents to line up.
But luckily, Movius is able to draw into his Witcher trio here for some really, really nice carryover. And that should seal the round. We do have this Veil popping off. We got 6 points immediately coming down on the Movius' side of the board. And, you know, you have to spend some coins to possibly answer this Veil, but you're already down 20 points. And it's still going to lock again once you answer the Veil. So that's still 3 extra points you have to deal with as well. So can't see Zharieskyo able to play in further here, but Savola's like quite committal. Is he really thinking about playing Savola here? You trigger the lackey, it's another extra point. Savola's 17. Then what do you play after that? So you lose another 3. Huh. It's just playing Tin Boy? Is Tin Boy enough? Oh. Roped out. That's a little unfortunate. So was he thinking about possibly playing Tin Boy there? And now player connection lost. So he roped out, so was Tin Boy enough after purifying that shield, or did he just misclick the shield and meant to purify the Veil? Yeah, I feel like this is kind of game over now. Yeah, a bit of connection issues potentially as well. Client issues? I'm not sure if it's the client. It might just be their connections. Yeah, so it just takes the forfeit because, you know, it's kind of unwinnable at that point. So first game goes to Movius. Witcher's getting through, and still has, what was banned again? Let me just double check what the bans were again. No, this is not this one, so let me move on to that one. What is this? I want to go here. So still has Vi, still has this Guerrilla Tactics list. This Guerrilla Tactics might be pretty annoying for that to deal with. I would like to be able to see the Siege deck. The Siege deck kind of interests me. You always love to see when cards like Yen kind of come together and function. All right, we can, I guess, look at the decks a little bit here. What would you queue in? Looks like Zharieskyo's on blue here. Could take cash again. You have two decks that don't really, I mean, Brehen in this list. There's going to be a bit of the tall punish here, but Vi obviously doesn't have any. Arrakis is also going to be kind of hard for you to get through, I'd feel. All right, here we go. Did I make it in again? I'm hearing sounds here. They came on pretty fast. Yeah, okay. So when the sounds come on really fast like that, there's a good shot at getting in. But when it waits a while and you hear the loading for like a couple minutes, then you start to hear the sounds. That's when it's like, okay, well, it's infinite load. And we see Zharieskyo take the Arrakis Swarm, and we see Movius queuing with the guerrilla tactics. So, yeah, this Gezrus will be potentially an issue. Teruvial is going to be quite significant in this matchup as well. We do see Call. We also see Council, so consistency cards in hand for Movius. So let's see how Zharieskyo decides to navigate this matchup. I mean, again, Teruvial, that timing is going to be a big one, and an answer for Gezrus. Now, Dorgary or Parasite will likely be the ideal answer, but problem being is this defender, right? This defender is super significant because you can hide Gezrus behind this defender with leader. So Movius is going to try and have to balance hiding Gezrus behind defender, but also not having Gezrus be the tallest unit for the curse. So, I mean, you could see curse also potentially deal with defender as well later on.
Humans are scum. I prefer elves, dwarves, pixies even.
But we see double Cat Witcher come down. We see the engine starting to take off for Movius here. Cat Witcher's being really, really good in this matchup. They're going to be obviously removing the units, weakening the payoff, and then being that 1 point per turn. And, you know, a lot of decks are able to play around these by kind of stacking onto one row for a while. But problem is this Arrakis deck can't really do that, because it swarms so fast onto this front row that you're going to be cultivating both rows quite soon. But we do see Maxi come down here.
Fool me once, death on you. No one gets to fool me twice.
Now, I did pay super good attention there, but it seems like there was a decent bit at the bottom, so maybe it was a shuffle. It's always hard to tell. I mean, you can kind of tell based on how many golds are in there.
Go ahead, move around all you want, it'll hurt more.
Okay, and we see Movius just taking the Brienne value where you can get it. Brienne being potentially a little bit awkward, so Brienne for 10, right off, no setup. Pretty good for him. Yeah, Zharieskyo can play around Brienne pretty easily. Yeah, these Cat Witchers still going in hard. You know, we like to see this Dryad Matron potentially get down soon. Treant, you know, if he really wants to push this round, Treant Boar as well. Going to come in for a lot of value as well. You know, Arrakis Behemoth hitting the board, buffing all these up to make it a little bit harder to kill these off. Again, really, really nice card for denying some of this Cat Witcher value. And we're approaching the adrenaline for this Chimera. You know, possibly could see the Riders come out into like Chimera Talisman or something of the sort. Because again, Chimera being Adrenaline 4 has to play at least one more card here. And might as well take the Riders where you can get it. You do have dominance here with the 6 on this side of the board, so Riders not looking too bad here. Well, this engine is quite annoying. So it's kind of a matter of how deep can Zharieskyo play. I feel like this is a matchup too where like Dodu Lock would be quite nice as well. Because I think you just want to jam Yen, you know, jam full leader Yen, and having those extra Dodu Lock tokens into the round 2 tempo bleed would be nice. So takes the Talisman, still holding on to this Chimera, able to play that out as well. So yeah, the Cat Witchers are very fast approaching their adrenaline point, to where they become a very threatening engine. You know, just 2 points per turn. And we see Zharieskyo just take the pass. Again, trying to avoid getting to that Cat Witcher adrenaline point. And we see Movius being able to thin a little bit, getting rid of this Caress. Caress not really doing anything significant in this matchup anyway. I mean, I guess Caress can purify Dorigary's Lock, but you can have the Caress in the graveyard later, which, you know, if you really want to, Forest Protector can pull it if you need it. So it's kind of nice just to have that option, because you can either pull into this Tempering or this Caress at this point. Rebuke's not doing a whole heck of a lot. Now, Defender's going to be very significant. Oh, God. A very significant card for Movius to find here. Like we said earlier, it can kind of... I mean, I guess he has Call. I guess he has Council. It's very likely. Is this the only dwarf? Okay, so it's guaranteed through Council. But would love to find Ithne, Teruvio. So basically just needs to find like one of those, right? Like Teruvio or Defender. And we just see the Aniro into Squirrel. Squirrel banishing... Not banishing one of these? I mean, just... I know just try to get rid of Squirrel, but probably banishing one of the nature cards is just the way to go. We do see a Double-Thon of Sentry as the other elf, so... Okay. Draws into Teruvio. Has Ithne. Has the... Oh, these Double-Thon of Sentries are going to be a lot of points as well. So he has pretty much everything he needs. Like, Council finds either Ithne or Figus. You have Call for the other one. What do you see? Curse in Zharieskyo's hand. That's going to be something Movius wants to try and play around. Though with like Milena can keep bouncing Gezris back behind the defender without buffing it, which is quite nice. So Gezris can just be continuously shielded. So it's all going to be about Movius trying to play around. I guess the you know, he doesn't want Curse to be spent on Figus most likely. Oh yeah, I don't have any. I haven't really been updating commands because imagine having mods. Okay, I guess I can update that. All right, paste. Oh, that's the wrong paste. Let me copy this because I don't want to retype all that every time. Here we go. Okay, here we go. I swear to God, Gravish, you actually like deleted my edited command for fucking mod check. All right. So engine starting to get moving. Yen coming down for a lot of points here. To reveal, not able to really remove any of these off the board. So Yen coming down for some really nice value, and we have the Crimson Curse still ticking away. But pretty soon, Movius is going to start getting a lot of points per turn, and this Defender comes down. It's going to be a little bit troublesome. Possibly a Heat Wave having to come down on the Defender. Curse, I guess we'll be hitting like this Matron or something. Yep. And then because Squirrel did not decide to get rid of the Caress, Dorigary's Lock can just be purified. Yeah, Yeah, I would have liked to seen the squirrel get rid of the caress, because then you make Dorgary kind of significant. I guess there's double caress. So maybe you just were thinking that he could have the other one. To be fair, I like the name change because you don't know how many times I've tried adding Mariana in a chat and trying to like actually add Mariana instead of Lady Cantankerous. At least now that I won't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, Defender comes down. Gonna have a lot of units on this back row. I mean, Teruvio obviously wants to go back row as well. I mean, he can use leader just to move stuff out. Like, it's not a super big deal.
Like snogging a hedgehog's arse.
Okay, so just plays this front row. That's fine. He's gonna have Milena to kind of toy around with what he wants to do. Milena on leader charge is able to really nicely manipulate rows. And we see Gezris come down. Likely just gonna lacerate the front row right away. And then the Dorgary will come down, and then we'll just have Force Protector Purify. Oh, Nero is hitting. So, yeah, you gotta. Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot double protector here. Yep. So Gezris is completely safe. Dorgary is gonna come to lock it. Then we'll see Force Protector Purify.
I do not mince words on principle.
Yeah. So Squirrel round 2 actually kind of significant. Yep, and we see Protector is just kind of popping off with this Gezris now, too. And then Milena's going to come down, move for a whole bunch of points. So we got... Do we have another Talisman? So we have Talisman and we have Triss Talisman here. But with Gezris bouncing around, I'm not sure it's going to be enough here. Okay, we go Chimera over Talisman. And then we have Triss, hopefully into a Talisman for Zharieskyo's final play. Could miss, though. There's quite a few nature cards as well. Could definitely miss this Talisman. Because we do also have Natural Selection, Nest. Yep. Just kind of giving up the round there. Knows that this 22-point, well, 25-point Gezris is a little bit too much to handle for Arrakis Swarm. So, would Zharieskyo actually have been able to win there if he banished? Because Movius didn't have access to the other Caress in deck, so if he would have banished the Caress, making the Force Protector like that, the lock becomes super significant. So, might have actually been able to win there with those hand states if he would have banished, because that lock would have actually gotten so many points, like denying that Caress. All right, so 2-0 for Movius here. Wait, oh fuck. I have to go copy the other score every time. Okay, I'm gonna go copy this. And Movius just has what left to get through? He got which? Just Vi. So trying to sweep Vi could be quite annoying. I mean, hitting Cash should do well into it. Right, is it really gonna do well? It's not like Morale. I mean, you have a heat wave, but that's really about it. I'm happy to see this this Moby deck though. I think it's quite fun looking, to be honest. We have a Siege Yenkan deck with Revenants as well as being more of the bronze core. So quite an interesting list to see, and I always like commentating on these not like super meta decks. Also, just NR being so boring, which is Witchers for so long, like it's hard to watch. Hard to talk about at this point too. So, Yenkan, what are you doing in this game? Like, Yenkan isn't doing a whole lot against Vi. Vi able to continuously just, like, offset Yens. You're gonna... I mean, I guess if you have a lot of engines on the board just ready to go, you can continuously set it up, I guess. But it's not, like, super great. I see pretty standard openers for both players. We see... wow. Not a whole heck of a lot of tutors, I guess. Probably enough to take the round, unless Zharieskyo really wants to commit here. Isn't really... So what's his commit this round, or is he just kind of giving up the round and trying to defend the bleed? Cause I don't know. Was it ever a line just to slam Siege? I mean, you have to spend, and then because I mean, you slam Siege and spend like AA in this Cara Ballista. Could have been fine. I don't know. I'm not sure this is going to be enough engine. I mean, there's Heraquax. What is Heraquax pulling? Ugh, that's so bad for him. Yep, that's a good Heraquax. Imagine drawing your Philippa. Yeah, that's a bit sad for Zharieskyo. Would have been kind of nice if he was able to mulligan in a way and draw in a way where he's able to put Yen in deck. So we are going for the Siege line. Wish I would have liked to maybe see it a little bit sooner, possibly to give you the win on even, but... I don't think this deck runs any Tall Punish either. No Tall Punish at all. So yeah, I would have maybe liked to see the Siege to potentially just try and win on even. You know, you commit the AA, commit your Cara Ballista. But, I mean, you get a lot of engine value. It's gonna be kind of hard for Movius to really take this round now. So, but then again, your Philippa, your Siege is committed. Is like Yen, and are you able to get enough Yen value and in a long enough round to where you can take on V? Like you can take on a Haunt and. Philippa seems a bit overcosted as a 1 for 12. Yeah, you don't like to see 1 for 12s much. But, I mean, he technically didn't play Philippa, so she didn't really... She was just kind of forced out. It's more of the Heraquax value than Philippa value. Yeah, and we see the Squirrel come down to banish the AA as well, so not getting back the AA. AA gone, Siege gone, Philippa gone. Most of Zharieskyo's top end just doesn't exist at this point. So... really hoping to...
We retreat behind, so Vandergrift says.
Oh! I never noticed this card. When did this card get this crew ability? I was like, where the heck did this armor come from? When did it get this crew ability? Was that the most recent one? So, I mean, at the very least, Zharieskyo gets the win on even, but doesn't have a lot of points left, right? Just gonna have to get this leader in Yen Valley and just hope it's a long enough round for this engine just to
We dance,
take off.
for young is the night.
But I'm not sure if it's gonna be a long enough round. I guess you just gotta hope Movius doesn't draw enough Vi's. It always had the crew ability? It didn't always have the crew ability. Back when this card was played, it didn't always have this ability. It got this somewhat recently. It did? I never remember this ever getting armor in any game when you used to play it. Like back in the pincer maneuver mid-range meta, when this card was played a lot, I never ever saw this gain 2 armor.
Stay with me beneath the sun.
Yeah, someone wants to check that out for me. I never remember that card gaining armor. And maybe it was like a couple months old of a change, but I don't think that's what the card originally was. And if it was, I guess then I've just never seen anyone play this next to soldiers, which seems crazy to never see that. So is Movius just trying to see if he can play this? Yeah, I mean, shortening the round's good for him. Hopefully getting something better out. Also good for him, but is he really able to play this here? Can he make up the points? So what the Vi is at 13. Yeah, with a leader charge, he's able to make it. I mean, obviously shortening the round, still not great for you. Game version. Yeah, this tells me the current version of it, but do we get to see, or what year is this? What version? Game version 5.0? What version are we on right now? This was from 2019? God, I never ever remember seeing this card get armor. Oh, check the 2019 version. So it's on the current version. Apparently, I guess this is what this card always has. I never ever remember seeing this get 2 armor. Granted, it was played a lot in Shoop decks. Crew gain 2 armor 2019. The wording changed a little bit. It changed into deploy crew. 2019 it just says crew gain 2 armor. I guess that's the only thing that changed with the card. Wow. Never actually remember seeing the armor get activated on that card once. Trying to go for the 2-0 line here. Not sure it's really going to work out. I mean, Movius has a lot of tutors here. Guess he just wasn't confident in being able to beat Vi in a long round if Movius just draws reasonably well. Yeah, but I mean, like, Siege hasn't been like impressive, but I guess kind of the point I made before, where it was like you had it in pincer maneuvers. Shoop is where you'd see Carabalista being
Bolt
played a
softens
lot,
them up. The sword finishes them up.
and obviously in terms of crew, it's not the most consistent value on getting crew. And in siege decks, you don't have a lot of soldiers, to be fair, because you're filling it up with siege engines. So I mean, I guess. That's still weird that I just never knew that existed on the card. What a significant ability.
Nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Okay, can Willem hit the Naglfar here?
I know what I'm doing.
Does not. Willem hitting the Naglfar would have been quite nice. But I mean, there's no... Can't even make up the points here with this archer. Yeah, I'm gonna open up the lists for our final match. Is this one is not looking great for Zharieskyo. Okay, open that one up. All right, so our final series will be Onda and Takacrelli. And not to just cut this one short, guys, but I mean, there's... Actually, I mean, he has the Royal Decree into a... Oh, I guess Naglfar guarantees Haunt, has 2 Vies, like, it's over. So normally their series would have been, what, in an hour? Let's just ask them. I guess because I might have to stall if there's no way they can be ready. But that's what's hard about doing these triple headers, is that people kind of have to plan for smorkers, I guess. Alright, I guess we can edit the score command again. So, Movius moving on to the final. And then we just have one last series left. We have Onda versus Takacrelli tonight. Now, Onda has notified me that he has brought some utter piles. So this should be a fun one. And their deck licks, Freud. Their deck lists are open, so you can check the piles out beforehand for yourselves before we get into them. It looks like Takacrelli would be good to go. Anda says he needs 20 minutes. Oh, well, we can go over deck lists for 20 minutes. Okay, so that is that series. It's kind of hard to be excited about that one.